fluffy Don Juan, chupacabra, playful double lover or red-haired killer. But most people know him as Puss in Boots. And he's outlawed. The cat breaks into the cage, empties bottles of milk and steals the silver ring from the man who captivated him. Having said goodbye to his next cat lover, he runs off into the sunset. Officially, Puss in Boots is listed as a fugitive from justice, a criminal, but he has a slightly different opinion about himself. He says he is striving to restore his good name. And one night, he gets such a chance. In the evening, on the eve of some holiday, Puss in Boots enters the bar. The announced red-haired halfling in boots and a hat makes the people present their laugh very much. The cat asks the bartender to splash him some milk, paying with a ring, and is subjected to various mockery and caustic phrases from the outside. But he is not particularly offended by the inappropriate jokes of the rabble. He decides to find out where he can make money here. But people suddenly recognize him as the very cat who is wanted, and say that here he can only get into trouble. After all, there is a considerable reward for his capture. The cat easily avoids the attack, and makes it clear that it is better not to joke with him. Realizing that the mustachioed Fluffy is not as harmless as he seemed at first, the people reduce their ardor a little and decide to help him. He is offered to rob a church or an orphanage, but such a task is not suitable for a noble cat. Then one of the guys talks about Jack and Jill, dangerous robbers who hide magic beans. From them a beanstalk will grow, leading to the world of giants, and to the golden goose, which lays golden eggs. The cat does not believe in the existence of these beans, because he spent half his life trying to find them, but his friends claimed that they saw the beans with their own eyes. The cat agrees to the adventure, inquires about the whereabouts of Jack and Jill and goes to them. He becomes convinced of the existence of the beans and tries to steal them by quietly sneaking into the room. But he is distracted by a black cat in a mask, who is also hunting for beans. An argument breaks out between them and the operation is cut short. Jack and Jill discover the unwanted guests and drive them away with a cannon. Nobody gets the beans. The indignant cat chases the villain. They find themselves in a cat bar, and the cat is about to deal with him with his fists. But the enemy suddenly starts dancing. The cat understands that he is in a dance club, but he doesn't care. He promises to dance the enemy to death. Their lively dance slowly turns into a sword fight. The cat almost loses, but then decides to cheat and fight back with a guitar. At this moment, the cat discovers that his duelist is actually a cat, and she is very indignant at the dishonest treatment on the part of the redhead. With her obvious talents and cute face, the cat immediately wins the cat's heart. He goes after her, offering to treat her with milk as an apology. But she hides in an unknown direction, and instead of him, the cat meets his old friend Humpty Alexander Dumpty. From their conversation, it becomes clear that the cat has some old troubles with him. The cat understands that Kisa and the egg are at the same time and is very angry that they interrupted his operation. Humpty Dumpty invites them to reunite and get magic beans together. After all, the cat has a sword and fighting talent, soft-pawed Kitty has a special ability to steal, and Humpty has brains, and it is he who knows where to plant the beans. Puss refuses to join their team due to past grievances, accusing Humpty of being a traitor. And then Kisa tries to negotiate with him. The cat practically falls for her charms, but internal resentment takes over. He gets emotional and tells her about his past. One day, a kitten's basket was carried by the wind to the doors of the San Ricardo shelter. There he met this strange egg, and after he saved it from bullying by unfriendly peers, they became friends. He learns from Humpty that he is dreaming about magic beans and tries to find them. Humpty takes the cat as his partner, and from then on the dream of a giant country and a gold-bearing goose becomes common. But the more time passes, the more they move away from their dream, which is more like a legend, and the more their paths diverge. After all, the cat strives to be a good son for his adoptive mother Imelda. He wants to be honest and noble, and Humpty, initially having a villainous spirit, often led the cat astray and persuaded him to steal. Imelda asks them to be good boys and not upset her anymore, but the cat doesn't care about his mother's heart. One day, Humpty accidentally releases an angry bull. Because of him, the commander's mother almost dies, but the brave cat grabs the bull by the horns and saves her, which causes everyone's admiration. They give him boots, a hat, and a sword. The cat becomes a hero for the public and the most exemplary son for his mother. Humpty begins to envy his brother's success, but continues to follow the path of lawlessness, trying to drag Cat into it too. The cat finally gives up his life of crime and tries to dissuade Humpty from his crimes. But unlike the cat, Humpty does not consider this place a home and does not want to be honest, even to his brother. Humpty tricks him into stealing a bank. Humpty and the cat are seen by the guard, and the cat is blackened in the eyes of the commander. A chase begins after them, during which they lose the loot, and Humpty is trapped. He asks to help him, but the cat abandons him and leaves the city forever. That day he lost everything: his brother, his honor, and his home. And since then, Puss in Boots has been outlawed. Humpty says that he regrets the past, but if the cat agrees to help get the seeds, they will repay San Ricardo's debts. The cat gives up, but he does it not for his sake, but for the sake of the city and his mother. Working as a team, the guys try to steal the beans, but a quarrel between the cat and the kitty again almost ruins the whole thing. All because the cat tried to open the lock with a sword, and the cat convinced her that the best master key is claws. During their journey, the cat and the kitty become close. The cat confesses that her human family once declawed her and then threw her out into the street. They arrive at the site and plant the beans. Once in the giant's lair, Humpty says that the giant died a long time ago. But instead of him, the gang encounters another monster, the guardian goose. They see a gosling carrying gold bars and decide to steal it. Although the way back turned out to be more difficult and dangerous for the guys, they manage to finish the business and celebrate their victory. A spark runs between the cat and the kitty again, and Humpty really doesn't like it. Kisa tries to say something to the cat, but doesn't dare. In the morning the cat finds neither the goose, nor the eggs, nor his friends. He goes in search of them, and the trail leads him to San Ricardo. He sees Humpty, the company from the bar, Jack and Jill in full force, and is perplexed by what is happening. It turns out that they all work for Humpty, even Kiss. And Humpty had been following the cat from the very beginning. The guards arrest the cat for old sins. In a dungeon, a cat meets a prisoner. The old man turns out to be the original owner of the beans that Humpty stole from him. He also explains that because of Humpty, the city is in danger, because the guardian of the gold-bearing goose is her mother. The cat wants to warn the soldier about this, but he does not listen to him. The cat gets out of prison with the help of his natural charm, but not without the help of Kisa, who went over to her lover's side. The cat goes to Humpty and learns that he initially planned to destroy the hated city with the help of Mother Goose. He dissuades him, suggesting that he is capable of more than vengeful atrocities, and now he has a chance to save people from the monster and become a hero. The cat promises that he will forgive him if he helps him. A huge goose appears in the city. They develop a plan of salvation that they follow. Using the gosling as bait, Humpty lures the goose out of town. Jack and Jill catch up with him, threatening to take the goose away. Kisa comes to Humpty's aid. They find themselves on the bridge. Mother Goose destroys it and gets crushed by the rubble. Humpty and the goose fall into the abyss, but the cat manages to catch them. Humpty apologizes to him for everything bad. The cat forgives him and recognizes him as his brother. But Humpty sees that the cat will not be able to save them both, and he must pull out the goose. After all, if she dies, her mother will be furious and destroy San Ricardo. The line with the goose is about to break. But this time the cat is not going to leave his friend in trouble. Humpty knows this and lets go of the rope himself. The cat saves the goose and gives it to its mother. The family is reunited. Humpty crashes on the rocks, and the cat sees that there is a golden egg inside him. He realizes that Humpty's soul has always been on the side of good. The goose takes him with her, and the cat returns to the city. People admire the cat and are grateful to him for saving him. He finally restores his good name in front of the townspeople, and most importantly, in front of his mother, who is very proud of her son. Although the soldiers did not stop hunting for Puss in Boots and he is forced to leave his hometown, he leaves as a hero in the eyes of the common people. And very soon his name will become a real legend. Write in the comments if you liked the story about this cartoon. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to watch even more interesting cartoons with me. See you soon.